we're going to be working on now is your test. All right, so if you decide to do a test, you're going to create your test using Google Forms. Now, if you prefer to do it a different way, let me know what that way is, and I'll tell you whether it's okay. The reason we're using Google Forms is because it will grade for you. All right, so you're going to go to forms.new. Again, I've told you, forms.new, sheets.new, docs.new. All of it's going to take you to a new whatever that something is. All right, so you see we are in a Google form. I'm going to always tell you to name whatever it is. Remember, we're going to name it the chapter. So, John. Simple as that. Now, it's going to automatically name this the same thing, but please change that to just the chapter name. All right. Now, you can add a description here. I usually put some directions here. Whatever else you need to say. All right, so your first question should always be name. So you're just going to type name here. You want to change that to short answer. Make sure that required is selected. And then you want to hit add, which will allow you to add another question. And then you're going to have a question. It's going to automatically default to multiple choice, so you should have no issues here. Then you're going to create your question. Checking account. All right, and so then you want to create some multiple choice options. Do not make your multiple choice options super easy, but don't make them super hard. Make sure that there's something that they should have been able to answer with the notes or some critical thinking behind it. So you might say, and then another answer that might be plausible, because it is considered good money practices. All right. Now, just a suggestion. You don't have to take this suggestion. I put them in alphabetical order. So because it is considered would be first, and then this one, you don't have to do that. I do need you to have 4 choices. So there should be a question and 4 choices. All right. And then you'll keep going. That's 1 question. You have to have 10. All right. And those 10 should be based off your notes in your video. So the student should not have to conjure up an answer. It should have been something they learned in your lesson. So under settings here, you want to make yours a quiz. I don't really care what you select here. Immediately after each submission just means they'll get their test results immediately. Later means it has to be graded. You guys can leave it immediately after each submission. You can leave all of this on, but I'm sure you know when you take my test, you don't immediately see all the missed questions, correct answers, point values. But that's fine. Presentation, you can have a progress bar. You can shuffle question order. I don't care what you put there. I usually make a confirmation message. They have one already. Your response has been recorded. You can put whatever you want. Make sure it's appropriate. You can collect email addresses. I do want you to click limit to 1 response. They should not be able to take your test 100,000 times. I don't allow you to edit after you submit. Once it's submitted, it's submitted. And no, don't select that. So the only one I would select here is limit after response. You can shuffle question order if you choose to. And it's going to create some points for you. So go to name first. Don't give points for name. Like, just go here and click down, or you can just type 0 in here and then hit done. Here, you want to give points. So it should be up to 100 points. So if you do 10 questions, hopefully you know that each question would be 10 points. So, and then hit done, and then keep adding your questions. Now, if you want to make yours look a little fancier, hopefully you see that mine have headers at the top. You can change your colors and your background colors. So if you're a boy and you like blue, you might want to change the theme color and background color. You can also change the font. Please don't choose decorative. Nobody can really read that. Choose any of the other ones. That's fine. You can also add a header. So hopefully you've seen some of my headers. You can upload one, or if you have some in your photos, that's fine. I'm just going to upload one just so you can see. Headers cannot just be any old picture. They have to be a certain pixel and all of that. So if you don't have it, don't worry about it. It's not mandatory. But if you just want to be extra and gain some extra points, you know, Google it and learn how to create one, and I will be super freaking impressed. So you see it pulled up here, my computer's stuff. And so I'm looking for a header. So I see one that here says header. So I'll just choose that one, even though it says Google Classroom. That doesn't work. We're just going to go with it. And you see it's loading here. So you can see here it is uploaded the image. It is basically saying it is really too small, but we'll put it in there anyway. You can just click done. You can adjust this to crop. So I'm going to try and crop this so it looks right. You see I'm moving it around. It's really not the right size, but we'll make it do what it do. And then you hit done. And what you'll notice is that it's going to put the header up there, and then it's going to change these theme and background colors to match your header's colors. So if you see here, it's got the header up there, and then it's changed my colors based on the colors in the header, which is kind of cool. I'm a pink girl, so we'll pick that. And then, so that's going to be my theme color. And then I can change this to that. If you're a boy, you might change it to this sort of teal color. It's, you know, up to you. I don't care. You don't even have to do the header if you don't want to. And so once you got all of your stuff done, you can do a preview with this little eye here. And then you'll see it as students will see it. So students will see name, so they will type their name here, and you see that little red means it's required, and you want to see read by each of your questions. Again, you also remember you have to have a reflection question. So then you would type your name, and I suggest you take your quiz and see what it says, and then you can hit submit, and you can see your score. Now, we didn't mark anything as correct or incorrect, which I'll show you in a second. So it's going to mark it incorrect automatically. So let me show you how you, now, because I've taken that quiz is not going to let me do it again. So you come here to answer key, and let's just say to help stop excessive spending was correct. You would select that one. And when you see that little check, hit done. Again, you need to have a reflection question. That question is not going to be multiple choice. You can click short answer or paragraph. It really doesn't matter to me. All right, so if you looked at the rubric, it asks you for a reflection question that should be open-ended, aka a short answer. That gives you feedback on the lesson. So you can take the ones I've been using. You've been answering something simple. What can I do to improve the lesson? Or, you know, what worked in this lesson? Whatever, something that gives you feedback on the lesson. Not good feedback, not just good feedback, you know, feedback. Whether, you know, constructive, whether positive or negative. I usually give you guys 10 points for this, but for your case, I want you to make it 0. because that is not a part of the 10 questions you should have. All right. Remember, if you're doing a skill like budgeting, saving, then this test should include a skill like question. Maybe they make a budget, and that wouldn't be obviously a multiple choice question unless you figured out a way to do it. In that case, you could change it to maybe they create a budget on paper and then they would do a file upload, and then they can upload a file that you can grade. And I'll give you a pass on that. Your test should be really measuring what they've learned. And I should be able to tell from your test, like, oh, okay, all the questions to consider are somewhere embedded in this. Once you're done, you want to get the link. So you're going to click send, and you're going to click come over here to the link and then copy this link. And that's the link you want to give to me and put in your materials thing. And I've already showed you how to do that, so I'm not going to show you again.